Heck yeah. We're learning. We're becoming stronger, Chelsea. Stronger, just like Sakura wanted. Oh god. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say is, yes sir, I understand.
I ain't Toko.
Oh, I see something that might be fucked up. This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together in one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? Oh no, Sakura OD'd on protein.
Oh no.
I have to be careful not to step in it. Oh no, the piss. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like a bottle that's been labeled Chem C4.
It's got a skull on it.
Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out. At that point, this room wasn't like this. Then the powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If this really is what happened, then it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder is... Look at all them... Look at that dance pattern. These are... footprints? And they're in front of the left shelf. How did these footprints relate to the scene of the hole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
Surprised he trusts us to do this.
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So, when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever made these footprints had only had business at the leftmost shelf.
I don't think we needed to make a map to figure that out.
They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
They really should have walked all over.
Oh, maybe you're the murderer.
Uh-oh.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said.
Makoto, Byakuya's gonna like put our shoe in the powder or whatever and then tell everyone, hey look, Makoto has powder residue on his shoes, he's the murderer.
Byakuya's just gonna run to the fucking incinerator and throw our shoes in. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately, but with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to.
Time to play Cinderella.
And these prints are really a valuable clue.
What's in here?
Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and the number.
Except for that one with the skull on it.
So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's a bottle here that's labeled Chem-Sanine.
Sanine. The most deadly of poisons.
Could someone have put this here on accident? So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I did say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess we consider this part of the shelving section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think we have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is... one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals.
Yeah, man. Treating us like we're hero. The ultimate insult.
These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All these containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving to be Unit Section C. I should try and find out more about this shelving. It looks like they're split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What that concerns me is that... well, what concerns me is that Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was that bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A?
Like, also, it very clearly not only says Chem C9, but has a skull on it, so...
It means it's for skeletons.
Yeah.
Or pirates.
I feel like even if someone put that in there, no one was gonna mistake it for a protein.
I agree with you, Greta. I also would murder Byakuya right now. There's something going on here. ChemLab shelf has been added to the court record. Wow. Look at that bauble.
Didn't we do that?
I don't know. Did we? Broken bottle on the shelf is powerful. Looks like it has a label on it. It was on the floor. Oh, okay. So yeah, we did. My bad.
In other words,
There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good, hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also remains of a broken bottle. It looks like it was labeled Chem C4.
Why are you telling me all this again?
Also, it looks like someone left footprints on the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever did it was at the shelf A. According to Byakuya, the powder, and that's all I can tell for now.
They really have to go through all that just to get that evidence?
Time to go to the rec room. Let's get the heck out of here. This place is bull honky.
Nothing else of interest around here. Doesn't look like it. Do you have anything else to say?
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you need to learn how to make use of those clues. Fuck you, Byakuya.
Yeah. So we just need to go back to the crime scene?
Yeah, the rec room. Why couldn't it have been you, Byakuya?
It should have been you.
It should have been you.
It should have been you! Where is the rec room?
It's on the 3rd floor.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying? What? Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottle. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time.
Can you just tell me?
Yeah, just tell me! Kyoko said that the magazines on the shelf were hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Clue. Huh? This shelf is upside dang down. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If someone catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... one of these pages, near the center of the magazine. A word has been written in bold, bloody letters.
This is how we solved the first case. This must be how we solved this case, too.
And it said, Toko. Could this be a Diang message?
Massage?
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this? It's indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of the others who might come looking.
Hey, is that... that says Toko, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure.
It's settled.
That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the baubles.
The baubles.
Something new, something new.
Hey,
I give up.
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you'll find it.
Are you talking about the pieces of chess?
Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is? Fuck! I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everybody can have confidence in the outcome. And not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
hey,
Actually, there's one thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me.
How did it get updated if we didn't figure out what it was?
I don't know. It probably just says Kyoko thinks this is weird. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try and get the smaller pieces too. Oh boy.
We're gonna put it together?
Pearl.
Yeah.
Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with a crime scene like that?
Doesn't matter.
We've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
Then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, gather up all the pieces. At that, Kyoko left the room. Really don't know what there is about, but... what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I looked in the room in the dustpan and got to work collecting the broken bottle pieces.
What was the third thing she said?
The protein shake. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything ready? Let's get to work. What kind of experiment are we
in
doing?
other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weight. Compare the weights. Compare the weights of what, boss?
That's way easier than trying to piece it back together.
Yeah. The pieces of glass you collected, and the one in the Monokuma bottle that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? The point of the experiment, it'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of two normal Monokuma bottles. What? Wow, they're the
In
same.
other words,
Which means this Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Are you sure? Which makes sense. The Monokuma figurines inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect their weight.
so then,
Now, there comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale.
I would compare this to a Phoenix Wright game. It's not exactly the same, but it has similar mechanics, I guess.
Yeah.
Mysteries.
It's quite similar. Now, what might we expect to see?
That said, I prefer Ace Attorney still, but also I've played all the Ace Attorneys, and this is the first Danganronpa.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like the second and third games are like a lot better or anything.
Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. What? Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How can this be?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In
What?
other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you.
And then the protein shake, she said?
Yeah. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around in the entrance of the room.
so
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. But still, this protein can... it's got a label on it that says Chem 2. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab. But if you see what's scattered around the can... shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
Why do you think Makoto?
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it's becoming an important clue later on.
You know, also, comparing Ace Attorney in this one, Phoenix is the king of bluffing, but at least it usually feels like he knows what's going on.
Makoto just kind of figures it out as he goes. He kind of accidentally stumbles to the right conclusion. Okay.
What now?
I don't know. We should talk to the people in here and maybe we can look at Sakura's body again.
I won't forgive you.
Toko's the killer, I'm sure of it. That magazine proves it. We've got the killer cornered.
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the conclusion between each of the bottles. Put it all together, and I believe we'll arrive at a very persuasive conclusion.
hey,
So what do you think? It's all she said this before. The experiment showed the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than the intact bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. This apparently is an important secret hidden there. According to Kyoko, there's still something I haven't discovered about the body. Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know that, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
But that's gross.
That's yucky. Ew. There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's that kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
it's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you? I manage it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What?
You're the ultimate morgue.
The ultimate mortician.
Mortician.
Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
We solved it.
More importantly, look here. Her
Correct.
shows. Do you see the yellow powder on the instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
see.
We didn't see it the first time, but it stands out.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder added to the
Hey.
goat record. Next is the wound in her head. Look
It's true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
Why didn't you just explain all the other things?
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining the body in detail. Kyoko's examination study added to the court record. I can't believe she was able to learn that just by looking at the body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off.
If Kyoko's the next victim, we're screwed.
Ding dong bing bong, baby. Short investigation.
Very short.
Whoops.
You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trials. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
All right, Chelsea. Do we have a prediction now that all the investigating's done? Place your bets, people. Place your bets. Who killed Sakura?
I mean, all of the options seem too obvious.
That's true.
So, I don't know, man. I could, right now, with what we know, I could equally see it being Toko, Weedboy, Byakuya, or Sakura did it herself.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Sakura did it herself.
Yeah, learning more evidence, it seems that that's doubtful.
Yeah.
But depending on what we learn, maybe, or maybe it was that plus something else. I don't know.
Sakura did it herself, but then fucking Byakuya came in and bashed her over the head with bottles for no reason.
to get credit, so he can get out of here, but he didn't actually have to murder her.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No! Whatever happens, I have to make something happen! Let's go to the red door. Okay, let's leave the school forever.
Fine. Not a lot of us left.
Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up at the one after another. And then... The ultimate martial artist! Kihi! A locked room mystery! What the?
Please stop making emojis.
Oh, I just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive. For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. That's just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put a sad face, it makes it look super negative. For example, do you have 100 friends? He's right, that does make it seem sad.
Oh, hero.
Now then, please get to the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that?
Sans, no. He got Sans.
I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get... Oh, that's...
I don't get you guys. How can you be so casual after murdering someone?
All three of you together. I don't think I'm acting casual.
Sans, stop.
Don't be mean.
I mean, I didn't murder anyone. Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
Whatever.
What the heck?
It's okay, Sans.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one who murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And the person is here? The person is one of us?
I don't know. Based on just suspicious evidence we found, I want to say Weed Boy did it.
It's like such a hard
But,
thing.
yeah.
Because like Weed Boy
The
is...
only thing that really hinted that he might be involved was how sketchy he acted in the candy wrapper, which he might have dropped accidentally at the crime scene.
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me.
But I could also see that just being like, oh no, I just stole some of Hina's candy.
So
Whoops.
that's the thing. It's either like I'm worried that the game is now at the point where it's trying to double bluff us.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's obviously Weed Boy dipshit. I said it before and I'll say it again, it wasn't me. I would really like it to be Weed Boy because I hate Weed Boy.
Yeah.
Well, Byakuya or Weed Boy, please let it be one of them. Out of the three people who's suspicious, like, Toko's the character who I like marginally more than the other two.
Yeah.
The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
I feel like it's probably not Toko just because we found her name and that's too...
What if the game's trying to double bluff us? Obviously it's Toko, dum-dum. Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you?
How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
What the heck?
Hey.
What the heck? Standing around here isn't gonna do us any good. Let's get going.
Greta thinks Weed Boy's pretty cool.
Weed Boy's pretty cool. All right.
Put an end to this.
No matter how many times I go through with this, I'll never get any easier. I climbed into the steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and we felt it begin its sinister deceit.
Descent.
Descent. The elevator lowered, using its all familiar fudge. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and suddenly, as always, the ride was over. And the ride will start again right after